Welcome back, everybody, to the Lazy General's playthrough of The Slaughter, Act 1. So we just left the, funeral of Alice. Alice, yep. And, it, dumped us here out in the woods next to this here gravedigger. Let's chat with him. Alright, friend? Just splendid, thank you. Take a seat, won't you? It's fine, I'll stand. Can't beat the smell of wet gravestones after a shower. What ails you? He's a gravedigger. Right you are. Very right indeed. If someone's looking for a cozy new grave, I'll be the one digging it. Well, he's got a good outlook. In and out of graves more than Lazarus, me. And you're also the groundskeeper? Correct again. I tend 'em and mend 'em. This guy's awesome. Can't be burying souls in a messy heap, can we? Looks like you've got your work cut out. Oh, no, that's the old graveyard back there. Grown over long before I started, it was. No new burials there, just for the cats and the spirits now. The spirits? Oh yes, they like a bit of privacy, you see, a notoriously shy lot. Oh, yes. That's quite, yes, good. No, toodles. Let's try to enter the old graveyard, let's take a look-see. A headstone. Here lies M. Sunderland, 1822 to 1854, forever waiting in our special place. Dead. This can only end well. A wheelbarrow, a newspaper. Let's see. It's useless. Useless. Don't want it. No use to anyone anymore. Fitting. Plank. Plank. The pockets aren't quite that big. Lantern. Its days of illumination are well and truly over. A workbench. We have any carpentry to attend to. A stove. Better left to a gardener. Shift to bed. The day a human being has to sleep in a bed like this is a very sad one indeed. Taxidermy. I don't want to take it. It's the only redeeming feature of this place. Bucket. It's lined with a thick black crust. I don't think I need to carry that around. And junk. Okay, well, not much to report here. Awesome. Right. I'd like to leave now. AI. It's useless. Ah, there we go. There's the door. Had to wait for it to present itself. I did. Well, I guess there's not much to see here. Cemetery, Charlie Finch's, Frith Street Brothel, and home. Let's go out to Charlie Finch's. Golden Square. Hey, it's Alice. Hello, could I bend your ear for a minute? What do you want? Wait, don't I know you from somewhere? Oh, we attend the St. Benedict's Church reading group. Both of us, yes. No, that's not it. Yeah, I remember. You're the Burke whose guts I was kicking in the other night. That was a good laugh. Thought you'd pissed yourself at one point. Luckily, I had just been. No hard feelings, mate. I ain't got anything against you. Yeah, sure, mate. Now what do you want? I need to see Charlie. It's important. Mr. Finch ain't seeing no guests anytime soon. That's fine. I'll try again tomorrow. Mr. Finch ain't seeing no one today, tomorrow, or next week. We'll be lucky if he ever leaves this house again. Why isn't he leaving the house? Mr. Finch is, unwell at the moment. This wouldn't have anything to do with the Ripper, would it? Why? What have you heard? I knew I should have kept my gob shut. He hasn't been the same since that night. The night Alice was killed? I've said too much. Look, all that matters is that Mr. Finch's business interests are still running at top efficiency. No one is allowed into the house. No, well, apart from me, of course, and there's his girls. His girls? You know, laced mutton. Prostitutes, but of course, they're allowed inside with no supervision. Charlie ain't paying me enough to supervise these kind of antics. Alright. Bye. That's all for now. Don't come back. Right, so... we need us a hooker. Find us a way in. Well, there's one place I know where I can find a hooker. Annie, Claudia, and Beatrice. What's up, Annie? Hello. You're this Emerson Beatrice has been raving about. You're far more handsome in person. Oh, yeah. Practicing your patter on me. So it's true. You really are a good detective. Oh. All compliments should be treated with suspicion. Well, I'm glad we have your suspicious mind tracking the Ripper. I hope you don't mind if I ask a few questions. Yes. You should probably start with my name. It's Annie, by the way. Alright, Annie. I'm sorry. Where are my manners? Yes, where are they? Did you know Alice well? Yes, I did. Alice was something of a big sister to me over the last year. She taught me how to retain some degree of elegance, despite our profession. See Alice on the night that she died? Briefly at the members club, I was on my way to meet a client. What did she talk about? This and that, nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing at all? Well, actually, she did speak about a peculiar gentleman she had met earlier that night. Did she say anything in particular about him? You're far shorter than she described. Oh, shit. How did you know? Did she mention my name? She didn't need to. She had a way with words. Don't worry, Sydney. I won't tell anybody if that's what you want. Thank you, Annie. You know Charlie Finch? Luckily, I'm not his type. Why do you ask? I suspect he has some information regarding Alice's murder. Interesting. Why don't you pay the little bastard a visit? I have, but he's only taking calls from girls. I don't see how that rules you out. Oh! I don't follow. Well-defined cheekbones. Relatively slim build. Oh no! I'd even go so far as to call you highly passable. Please tell me you're suggesting what I think you are. Oh no, please tell me you're not. A shave, a dress, a wig, and a generous slathering of rouge, and I'd say you'd be good to go. Oh no. No, I am not doing that. Why not? You've worn disguises before, haven't you? Yes, but this is different. Pretending to be next door's milkman is one thing, but this isn't quite as easy. Perhaps it's easier than that you think. Oh! Consider this a donation to get you started. Dude, she's a dude! Dude! Oh. So you were... I see. Once upon a time. How long, how did... Try not to get overexcited. Take a deep breath and ask away. How long have you been a woman? As long as I can remember. Although I assume you're referring to my appearance, in which case I dabbled throughout my youth. Wearing my sister's clothes and catching a few thrashings along the way. I made the decision to become a full-time Judy around a year ago, just before I began working here. Full-time? I burned every last one of my suits, no more quick changes in the lavatory. Your clients know? I mean, I can see how it might be a problem if they were unaware. I can always tell from the moment they start courting. They don't realize I turn them over to another girl. Well, most of the time. Tell Sydney about your celebrity admirer, Annie. Shut it, Beatrice! He sends her flowers every day. Oh god. We reckon he's a famous actor, but she keeps her lips well sealed, the bore. I'd rather keep them sealed than have my gob flapping off its squeaky hinge dawn till dusk. Oh! Do you have any advice regarding how I should hold myself in the lake? More than you could ever know, but I'll start with the basics. Please do. When you're in that dress, your natural response will be to act the shy and chaste maiden, so as not to draw attention to yourself. You'll have to block this instinct out. You're a working girl now. You've got nothing to hide. Act too shy and people will start asking questions. Stand tall, understand? Understood, thank you. I don't know why I'm giving everyone in this game a New York accent. Where can I find the other parts to my outfit? You're the detective, I'm sure you can figure it out. You wouldn't be able to apply my facial cosmetics, would you? Excuse me. Sorry, Sydney, I don't have any makeup with me. Why don't you try Cedric? He's been working wonders with my makeup lately, and I hear you're well acquainted. Oh, God. Did Alice say anything else of note? Sorry, Sydney, that's all I remember. Goodbye. Alright, let's talk to Beatrice. Why, if it isn't Sydney Emerson. Beatrice, I'd hoped we'd cross paths again, perhaps not quite so soon. Ha, don't worry, my love. What happens in the members club stays down there, until next time. I hope I wasn't too much of a cur last night. Well, you climbed on stage and gave an impromptu rendition of Tom O'Bedlam, fell arse over tit a handful of times, and almost scuffled with an old-timer who you swore was giving you the beady eye. Was he? He was a blind man. Well, it's a relief that one of us remembered my actions with painful clarity. Memory like a bank vault, me. Now what can I do for you, Sydney? No doubt on the Ripper's trail? You have any advice on making my disguise more convincing? Remember, you're in control at all times, and they're the punters. If they want to do something you don't want to, make them change their mind. How? Make them forget what they wanted before, and tell them what they want now. It's not hard to distract a man, but I'm sure you know that already. Whatever. Thanks. Goodbye. So long. How about you, Claudia? Hello, I'm Sydney Emerson. No, it's a shilling. A shilling. Pardon me? 2 shillings, anything, anything. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying anything. Don't waste your time speaking to her, she's loaded to the eyeballs with opium. Claudia, you silly cow, you're making us look a mess. Perhaps this isn't the best place for her. Too bad. It's our turn to be outside, and that's that. We're meant to be enticing punters inside. All she's likely to do is scare him halfway across town. Right. So we've gained a wig. Can we go in the brothel? No. Clients only. Alright, so we can't go in the brothel, so we have to find a dress somewhere. Let's see, where might we find a dress? Well, let's try the pub. Looks like his game board's been stolen. The bastard nicked me pennies. Oh, poor guy. What's the notice? Halt. If you are in process of reading this sign and are considered by family members or the general populace as one of the below, you may not proceed to the members club. Ruffian, hooligan, scoundrel, disturber of the peace, miscreant, bully, or any division of lower crook goonling. The Crimson King Management. Oh. Right. This place is a lot quieter than I recall. I appear to have left my coat. Let me get my coat. Feel more comfortable without it down here. Alright. What's up, Cedric? We ready for round 2 then, Sydney? I'm here purely on business. Not even a half? I mean it this time, Cedric. I've got to get to the bottom of these murders before another girl dies. Fine, there will be plenty of time for celebratory drinks after. What's on your mind? I can't help but feel that my pockets are a bit lighter. I didn't leave anything here last night, did I? Nothing except your dignity. Thank you, Cedric. Actually, you did throw a stick at a pigeon outside. You felt it would be a key event in the downfall of the monarchy. My precious stick. I was wondering where it had disappeared to. There, now we know. The girls tell me you've been messing with cosmetics. In the same way Michelangelo messed with the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. I was considering lending my face to your cosmetic research program. You what? I want you to put makeup on me. Oh, Sydney, I knew your time would come. Don't get too excited now. I just need to pass as a woman to get into Charlie Finch's house. Now, isn't this a considerable treat? I intend to transform your face into a work of art. You have the equipment with you? Yes, well, my painting and cosmetic equipment aren't entirely dissimilar. As long as it's not lead-based. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll get to work. Alright, I've got some snooping to do. You better not leave without saying goodbye. Talk to the barmaid. Hello, good afternoon, Sally. Wasn't all that singing and dancing such frightful fun? It truly was, and who'd have thought such a heavenly voice was hidden behind the bar? Thank you, Mr. Emerson. And what would you like today? Not much going on there. We gotta find us a dress. We won't be pretty without it. What's up, Hamway? Hello, Hamway. I took your advice and swiped that shove haypenny board from upstairs. I believe you're owed a game. I really don't want to play shove haypenny anymore. It's not terribly fun. Oh boy, so where do we find a dress? Where? Where do we find a dress? Oops. Oh, goodness. We got Charlie Finch's cemetery. I guess we'll try home. Maybe we'll find a dress at home. Who knows? My landlord's a little odd. Maybe he's keeping someone's dresses. Try knocking on Colchester's door again. Hello, Mr. Colchester. Sydney, my dear. And to think I was under the impression that you had been avoiding me. I've been knocking on your door. Avoiding, but of course not. Can I tempt you in with a snifter of French brandy? Perhaps later, Mr. Colchester. And what can I do for you? I have your rent. Yes? You can stand to wait a few more days. Okay. Not allowed to pay the rent. I wouldn't happen to have a key for the wardrobe in my bedroom, would you? Oh, the wardrobe! You mean to tell me you've been living without it these past 2 years? I don't have the most diverse selection of attire. Felix must have locked it before he returned his keys that fateful day. Felix, the former occupant of my room? Now there was a boy with a sense of fashion, the finest ermine furs and woven silk, all elegantly draped upon the frame of an Adonis. Sorry, I've allowed myself to become lost in the haze of nostalgia. Wow, this guy's... I have the key here on my ring. Yo! What happened to Felix? Alas, he returned to gay Paris. His disposition was far too fragile for this city. Ah, he was Parisian? Indeed, he still writes to me in dribs and drabs, sketching his latest clothing designs. How thoughtful. And I would expect no less from you, Sydney. I'm not much of an illustrator. Goodbye. Not if I see you first. Creepy. Alright, so let's go get a lovely dress. Because apparently our place was inhabited by a rather metrosexual young man with all the finest fashions. The key. Might as well leave the key in the lock. Ah. We have a lovely dress. Perfect. Alright, so I believe that is where we are going to call it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button. It should be somewhere down there. And don't forget to subscribe. Get all those Lazy General shenanigans. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, bye-bye. Oh, the wardrobe. You tell me you've been living without it the past 2 years. I don't have the most diverse selection of attire. Felix must have locked it before he returned his key.